Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Poke Relaxing. Don't mind the man behind the curtain as we get our Pokemon backdrop set up. Well, it has been far too long since I've been on the airwaves here of Poke Relaxing. I hope everybody's been doing well in that time frame. I have been up to a lot of adventures, mostly getting sick for about a week, and then kind of recovering from that. And then before that I was traveling, doing some Pokemon relevant stuff, and I should have some kind of stories and cards to show you from that stuff. But today I wanted to talk about the state of retail Pokemon cards. As you saw in the thumbnail to this video, which I took actually just a couple of days ago at my local Walmart, there was literally not a single Pokemon product in stock. And I have to say, it was a little bit like misleading to suggest that the entirety of the Pokemon retail world looks like that empty shelf, because that Walmart in particular has got to be like the worst stocked Walmart in the history of mankind. I could literally go, 4 blocks away to the Target that's down in that area, and I'm sure they would have at least some Pokemon products. If I had more time, I probably would have actually done that, but it was like 11 o'clock at night. I'm shopping at that Walmart, having gone previously to like Best Buy and to Walmart, to Target in another part of town. And I was kind of just wrapping up my holiday shopping for the kids, and everything was closed besides that Walmart, so I couldn't go anywhere else after that. It was just there and home. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm wanting to do more, just kind of like, pick a topic that is on my mind, doing some, sort of thoughts and rambling, and I guess sharing my perspective on that topic with you. I see a lot of content. I actually watch a lot of content and listen to a lot of content that's like that in the Pokemon space, and I don't know, there seems to be interest in it, and doesn't take a whole lot of effort. So I'm going to be kind of experimenting with that a little bit, and would love to have everybody's feedback. If you enjoy a particular topic, if you enjoy or don't enjoy certain aspects of this kind of format of just sort of rambling on a topic, anything I can use to improve, I'm happy to hear. So that's that. So I did want to show you, because I do like to have something on camera, and I'm working right now on a new recording setup for both this channel and my sports card channels, where there's kind of a more interesting backdrop than just a playmat, and that'll be good to have, because if I'm just rambling, then maybe it's more exciting to look at a backdrop of a bunch of cards than just a playmat. But in the meantime, I do want to kind of show you what I'm going to sort of be digging up here while I chat about the state of retail Pokemon, and that's over here is a box that you can see it says Excel Marketing. This is from Target, and I just received this today, even though I had ordered this stuff. I think, well, it was the Black Friday sale, so I guess it was either Thanksgiving or like the day after Thanksgiving. So basically late November. There's a lot of supplies right there. So I'm going to be pulling products out of that and showing them to you, and talking about those products kind of as we babble on here about the state of retail. And really what I'm actually going to be talking about is all things related to sort of the idea of retail Pokemon cards, which, I'll be touching on investing topics, I think as a part of that, because I do think, you know, a large reason why a lot of Pokemon retail displays are depleted is because a lot of people have jumped on board this Pokemon investing, which is, you know, one of the focuses of this channel. There are a lot of channels that basically focus just on investing, and I don't want to do that because I wouldn't want people to be disappointed when I do a pack opening, or we do, you know, rip and ships, or if I just talk about, I don't know, a new set or something coming out, which I expect to do because there was a new set that just got announced today. But anyways, yeah, I will be doing some investor content because I consider myself to be as sort of active in the concept of Pokemon investing as pretty much anybody who's got a channel on Pokemon investing right now, barring maybe Rudy. He has more inventory than me, but I'm working on it. Oh, actually, so I kind of wanted to bring you back over here. See if I could, yeah, I kind of never figured that out. Let's see here. Like, why is nothing? There, that's what I want. I want to see the damn box. All right. I have no idea why it's so hard to orientate your like camera like this, but it is. All right, so retail Pokemon. Yeah, so so the thumbnail image to this video shows you what, you know, the largest Walmart in my area looks like. I have to say, all of the Walmarts in my area absolutely suck. Actually, there is one I went to that's like the furthest from me, and I've been there like twice in my life. That one has a little better stock than the rest, but in general, they suck. And I don't know if that's because people shop there for cards more often than other places, or they just have fewer restocks at, you know, these Walmarts, or if like the company that does the cards for Walmart in my area like sucks, or their rep sucks, or I don't know what, but Walmart sucks for cards, sports cards, and Pokemon in my area. So let's talk about Target. Because I actually went to Target like after a blizzard the other day, and it was an absolute ghost town. I went to the local mall too, and it was great. There was nobody there, and I was like, oh man, if any of these places like stocked up on anything, it's absolute. I'm gonna have like, you know, cherry picking the best stuff. But at the one Target I went to, they had apparently gotten a fresh stock of some Pokemon products, and they had a bunch. They had probably like 50 or so booster bundles. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. Okay, I went and grabbed one of these. So they had like 50 or 100 or something, I don't know, of these little booster bundles, which are, I think, one of the hotter items at retail right now. And I was like, oh man, that seems like a win. So they have a limit of like 5 items at Target, but I usually, if I'm there, I get like 6, just so I can stick it to the man a little bit. So I got like I think I got like 5 in one order, and then I ended up going back there because um, I didn't find something at another store I went to that I needed to get, so I had to go back there. So I got like 6 that. So I think I walked out of there with 11 of these things, and they had a ton more. And I said, you know, I'll come back tomorrow because I'll be in the neighborhood and see if they still have them. So I went back the next day, like in the afternoon, and sure enough, they were totally cleaned out of these things. So it's kind of weird. Sometimes they'll have stuff in stock. I'm like, is this something I should be totally excited about seeing? Or is this going to be here for like a few days? And I kind of had that sense. I mean, I was pretty sure these were, I mean, any surging sparks you can get at retail is probably hot. I mean, I think certain, like, certain large cities that have like targets with Pokemon, which I guess is, you know, all targets have Pokemon, but anyways, certain larger cities, like basically anything that's even remotely interesting will be cleared out immediately. I live in a much smaller city than you know, the biggest cities in the country, so I think people are a little more laid back here, and something has to be like crazy hot for it to sell out, sort of like the first day or like within the first half hour. But in any event, and I'm grateful for that because it does give me a chance to get, you know, some things occasionally at retail. But anyways, the local targets have been a little bit better. But these stuff, you know, these really hot items are not going to last more than a day, it seems. I have not seen any 151 restocks. There's been, you know, sort of news of 151 displays showing up in Targets across the country, but I have not seen any evidence of that yet. And I have been looking, I don't know, a couple times a week at my local Target. So I don't know if we just haven't gotten them, or they came in and they sold out right away, or what the deal is. But anyways, Targets are a little bit better, but again, I think that a lot of this stuff is really sort of like regional, and if you are in a, you know, high traffic area, if your Target gets, you know, like 4 or 5 times more customers, you know, per square foot than a Target in like where I live, middle of nowhere, it's going to be a lot harder to get stuff. That's just the way it is. But let me start pulling up some of the stuff that I got, because it is from retail, of course. So, oh yeah, one thing I wanted to say is that, like, okay, you go to Target or Walmart, and there's, you know, nothing for sale there, but I think that for whatever reason, people, you know, are much more excited about buying stuff in person than online, because if you just go online, Target has a lot of stuff, you know, in stock that I'm sure would sell out if it were present in store, and I wonder if a lot of that is sort of perceived scarcity of in-store Pokemon being much higher than if they see it online, or if people just kind of roll up to the you know, the retail brick and mortars, and they think, oh boy, if there's Pokemon there, I got to get it, because it's not going to be there that long. But they never really think, oh, can I get this online just as easily? So that's kind of a strange thing, right? Like, if you can wait a few days, there's plenty of retail Pokemon out there. GameStop has a lot. I mean, not a lot, and they don't have, you know, they're not going to have like the super hot items, but they'll have some cool stuff. These I consider pretty cool. These are these like little mini tins, and once upon a time, these came with Evolving Skies, but I am near positive these are not going to have Evolving Skies in them, because they do reformulate the packs that go in these. It does have a copyright of 2023, so it does suggest these are a little bit older than, you know, current year stuff. But I think they first came out with these tins like before 2023, and at one time, the tins that looked like this, you know, had Evolving Skies. So I did want to get some of these and just kind of peek inside. To see, I'm guessing there'll be like Sword and Shield stuff in here, but no Evolving Skies. So, you know, you could still get some Fusion Strike or something, which is like $5 a pack. But anyways, I was going to say, in addition to like, you know, Target and Walmart, two things I would tell people to look into. You know, one is Pokemon Center, right? Like, there are still Fusion Strike products. Not the best formats, but, you know, some products available at MSRP. And by the way, MSRP for Fusion Strike and all Sword and Shield era stuff is substantially lower than MSRP for current era products. So like booster bundles like this thing. I think the MSRP for booster bundles right now, or, you know, like basically the Pokemon published MSRP for these is like $27.99, but the booster bundles from Sword and Shield era, the MSRP is $23.99. So there's actually, and actually was contemplating earlier today buying a bunch of these. So here's a little tip for you guys. If you're interested in, you know, kind of doing some investing on your own. So Silver Tempest, I have a phone call coming in the background. It's one of my kids who just sent me a request for something, and I'm sure it's just to harass me to buy it. But Silver Tempest is a Sword and Shield era set that has some pretty solid cards in it. It just sold out. The booster boxes just sold out on the Pokemon Center website. Consequently, the booster box prices kind of shot up, as it is known to do when that happens. But they have booster bundles, and they have a lot of them. They have booster bundles available, so 6 packs for $23.99 at Pokemon Center. And I think that's a great deal. I think you're going to have a hard time finding a better investment than that, you know, that's readily available, right? Like, if you can find Surgeon Sparks for whatever, $110, then great. But, you know, the problem is you can't. So you'd have to find, you know, some rare needle in a haystack in order to make a solid, you know, kind of entry price for Surging Sparks product. But for Silver Tempest, you know, you've got stuff available at the 2022 or 2023 pricing, you know, that comes directly from Pokemon Center. And when those things sell out, you know, prices are going to go up. Already the price per pack of a booster box at market price of Silver Tempest is higher than the price per pack of those booster bundle packs that you can get directly from Pokemon Center. So there are, you know, deals to be had out there if you shop at the right places. And I think you do so much better buying from, you know, like Fusion Strike products from Pokemon Center compared to trying to go to Target or Walmart and find, you know, 151 that doesn't exist. Or, you know, buying something at current MSRP when it's not that great. I mean, if you go and buy booster bot or like ETBs for $50 a piece at your local Walmart, you're going to be in a world of hurt for a long time. So if this has Evolving Skies in it, I'm going to need to excuse myself. Oh, by the way, I should say the reason why I bought all these dang things is because the Black Friday sale at Target was 30% off all Pokemon cards. So I was like, oh man, I'm going to buy just about anything that doesn't like totally suck. And I even bought some stuff that totally sucks, like what was the Shrouded Fable. Totally sucks, but I bought it because it was 30% off. All right. Oh man, they're coming at me with the violence, the Scarlet and Violet. Pretty cool. I'm always happy to get an Umbreon like promo. Kids will eat that stuff up. Oh, by the way, I had to share something with you guys, which is that. So me and my kids, we like to trade a lot. And I was trying to trade with my youngest daughter the other day. I'll probably just open these packs for fun. What the hell? This might be an hour-long video. You've been warned. It's like we're 20 minutes in here. But, yeah, I was trading with my younger daughter, and she picked out a couple of, well, let's see, how did it start? Oh yeah, so I looked through her binder. I picked out like maybe 6 or 7 cards. We looked up the value on TCG Player. It was like $32. So she's got to go to my binder and find $32 worth of cards. Well, she picks out, 2 cards that she basically wants to trade for this stack of cards that she pulled out of my binder, most of which are kind of lower end cards, like maybe highest one was worth like $6, $7. So she picks out 2 cards, and one was worth exactly $32. The other was worth like $23, right? So I'm like, oh, well, this is perfect. You get the one card for $32 for your whatever 6, 7, 8 cards worth $32. And, she's 7. So she's like, no, that's a ripoff. I'm getting a 1 card and you're getting all those cards. And I'm like, well, yeah, but the value is the same. And by the way, pro tip, the high dollar cards are better because they probably will go up more and they're easier to get rid of, to sell or trade to other people. Actually, I don't know if I want to open these. I don't know. I need packs, folks. I need packs because the kids are always wanting to open stuff. And I don't have a ton of stuff, although maybe I will. Okay, anyways, my story. So she's like, no, I don't want to trade anymore. I want a lot of cards. And then, like an hour later, she comes and she's like, Daddy, you have to open more packs because you need more stuff to trade. And I was like, okay. And the truth is, I have not opened a lot of stuff lately because, all right, I think I'm gonna open this one too, just to make sure there's not any of all these guys anywhere. I have not opened a lot because, like, every spare unopened pack I have goes to the kids because, man, they have an insatiable desire to open stuff, which I can totally understand because if it cost me nothing and I had a daddy who just gave me free packs, I would want to open as many too as I could too, because that's fun as hell. Although we did institute a new rule. I'd be curious, by the way, if you have kids that are interested in Pokemon, because I've been thinking about, like, I don't know, I've been thinking about like no longer giving them packs and just like basically letting them shop, like everybody else at my store, and instead like paying them for, I don't know, allowance and chores, and if they help me with, card stuff, so it's same exact packs. And then, it's just like it's like the real economy. They work for money. They use that money to buy stuff, and that's the way it is now. Would they suddenly like lose all interest in opening packs because they have to pay for them, and they could use that money at like Claire's to buy a bunch of worthless Chinese-made makeup and jewelry? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Might have to find out. Anyway, so yeah, I might have to open some stuff, but I don't really want to open this kind of stuff. So yeah, I got 2 of those things, and they're kind of not that great. So yeah, everything I got it for 30% off, and I think at that price it's all pretty solid. I mean, nothing crazy, and I did get. I mean, this is really terrible. King Gambit, like, why did I get these? I'm not quite sure. I think maybe they were on sale, like even before the 30% off. So I think I was thinking like, okay, it's really cheap packs. All of this stuff I got because, eventually I'll give it to the kids to open. So kind of does, the cheaper per pack I can pay, the better. There are a few of these, Shrouded Fable box sets like the Greninja and the Kingdra that are fairly decent because the promos are pretty solid, and that promo does look pretty cool, but nobody cares about King Gambit. That's the problem with that one. I think I got like 2 of everything. I don't really show you all those. Oh wow, apparently I got 3 of these frickin' things, and look at this one, smashed. Smashed to bits. Gee whiz. Okay, this one I'm going to do a video on later. But I would normally not buy these things because I know they're pretty much a ripoff. But at 30% off, I couldn't resist. 50 total cards, so you're going to get a bunch of commons. 3 mystery blisters. I think they mean boosters is what they're talking about there. So I think you get 3 packs in here. And then 2 trick or trade packs. And those will, let's see what year this is from. Those will probably be, older than 2024, which is good. Doesn't say the year on here. But, oh, and then, don't they say like, mini card binder? I thought there was like, sort of like a bonus card in one of these, but it might be just in some of them. So I got 2 of those. Then I got, let's see, Armorage EX. Pretty sure these are available at my distributor, probably for cheaper, or at least they were recently. Probably for cheaper than what I paid for them even after this 30% off, but what the heck. I think I see Paradox Rift in the back here. This has quite a few packs. Or no, maybe it's only 6. Yeah, it's only 6 boosters, so not that good. It's heavy, so I thought it was more, but there's a big pack of sleeves, and there's like a holder. The promo is pretty cool, like that full art is pretty sweet. I think it's like maybe an Astral Radiance pack right there. Temporal Forces, and I think at least 2 of these are Paradox Rift in the back here. Might be a Scarlet and Violet, which would suck. Anyways, 2 of those. So these I've been kind of curious about, and I actually bought one the other day in store because I kind of forgot I'd opened these. But these are the Paldea Friends mini tins, they're called. And I was like, oh, maybe they have Paldea Evolved and, or, the other, what's the, oh man, Paldean Fates sets, card packs in them, which would be great because those are great 2 sets. Well, no such luck. I think it was like 1 Scarlet and Violet and 1, gosh, I don't know what, like maybe like, I think it was Silver Tempest. When I open these, so yeah, got a couple of these. I don't know why they call them Paldea Friends. I mean, I guess because of the Pokemon that are on the designs of the tin, but I don't know. You'd think there'd be some Paldean something in there, pack-wise. No such luck. Man, I got like 3 of a lot of these. Kind of wish I didn't. Here we've got Ursaluna, Blood Moon Ursaluna. 4 booster packs. I don't know what the booster... I feel like they kind of look like Surging Sparks on the front there. God only knows what's in the back, but... Anyways, got some of those. Okay, and the last thing I got was the Ogre Pond. Now these definitely have Surging Sparks. I've opened probably 2 or 3 of these, and I actually kind of like them. So 6 packs total, bunch of sleeves, little kind of mag case thing in there, and then a full art Ogre Pond EX promo. I think that's a promo. Yeah, Black Star promo. So anyways, so that's my kind of retail score from Black Friday. I think all of those products are available, undiscounted on the Target website. So there is retail out there. Getting retail in store is probably the hardest thing to do right now. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, getting high value retail stuff online, right? So everything I've shown you is just trash that you can get readily, but maybe not in store. There's another class of things like these 151 restocks that, are supposed to be showing up in Target. And those are all showing up at Walmart. They're showing up, I'm sure they're going to show up at GameStop eventually. Probably a few other retailers as well. And, it's getting harder and harder to get that stuff online. It's funny. Was I talking? I think it was. Can't remember if it was on this video or a video I made for my other channel, which relates to sports cards. But I think there's a ton of interesting parallels between the sports card, what is happening in Pokemon right now, and what happened with sports cards, and also to some extent the Pokemon world as well. Back in the pandemic era of 2019, 2020, and early 2021, because back then it was the same thing as with Pokemon now. The hot products, which ended up at some point being like every sports card product basically, those products became harder and harder and harder to get, both in store and online. And with regard to online stuff, what happened is, things would sell out in like 5 minutes, and that's definitely what's happening with Pokemon products now, at least the high value ones like Surging Sparks or like 151. Things are gone within minutes. And so two things are happening. One is the reappearance of bots, which are just software programs where someone can, automatically purchase a ton of product from like Walmart or from Target, just by, basically putting the listing into their bot and then just letting it do the rest. I remember back in the sports card boom of, 2020, people were selling, like copies of these bots that you could buy to automate buying, hundreds and thousands of items from Walmart by placing like repetitive orders over and over again until they went out of stock. And I think that that's at least to some extent happening with a lot of stuff that's out of stock in like 30 seconds. Another thing that's happening is that there are a lot of now subscription services where you get a notification through Discord typically, but could be through email or text, when products come online or become in stock at stores. So, with thousands of people using those kinds of services, which typically have like a monthly subscription fee, there's just a lot more competition to go and get stuff once it does become available. So it's getting very, very difficult to find, in-stock items that are high value in, the typical retail channels like Walmart and Target and similar level retail stores. So, and the same thing is true for like, when they have like once every 2-3 months, Costco will come out with a product, or Sam's Club will come out with a product. And if you're in a high density city where there's a ton of people, going to your store per like sort of square footage, you're going to have a very difficult time. I remember when the last like 151 product rolled through my local Costco. I think it was there for like a day and a half, but lots of places, particularly where they don't limit quantities, but at my store they do limit quantities. You'd have people walking out with like, half the display in one trip, and if you're not there when it's put out, you're out of luck. So I think that's going to continue to be the case. It's going to be very difficult to beat the bots and to beat the kind of swarms of people online. And so the question is, well, gee whiz, where do I get stuff? And the answer is, if you want the hottest products, you're just going to have to, like, here's an example. I know, I'm actually fairly certain I'm going to be able to buy my fill of, the new set that's coming out prismatic evolutions, which is, impossible to buy. Like, there'll be pre-sales of stuff at MSRP for that product, and they're gone in like 5 minutes. And, hobby shops and, sort of smaller vendors are like pre-selling that stuff at like 2x MSRP right now. So if you don't want to pay that, and you don't, want to live at your computer, so you can click when something is able to be bought. I guess everybody does that on their phone now, so you don't have to live at your computer. But in any event, if you don't want to pay attention to, those monitors constantly, so you can get stuff online, you might be asking yourself, where can you get stuff, if anywhere? It's like, for me, again, I have it a lot easier because I live in a relatively small town, so there's less competition for these products when they're out. But like, there's a local store where I am, which actually has an e-commerce division, so they have a website where they sell stuff, and I've noticed that a lot of people are now looking there for products because they list a lot of stuff there. It's called Shields. It's actually a place that was founded by a guy who, lived in my area, Fargo-Moorhead, and they got into sports cards, I think, back in like 2021 or something. And, so now they have distribution. They probably get stuff straight from Panini and from Pokemon and from Topps. And they have, whatever, like a dozen stores across the Midwest, and as well as their online. But anyways, so there's like 2 of those stores locally where I am, and one of them is very small, and nobody goes there, but it's like on the way to my kid's school, so I could go there after like I drop them off or when I pick them up. And I went there with one of my kids, like the day that Surging Sparks launched, and like we rolled in there like a half hour after they opened, and they had the cases of Surging Sparks stuff that they were putting on the shelves, so I could have bought everything that they had, no problem. And I think the same thing is going to be true with prismatic evolutions. Like, if you just go there on the morning of, or even frankly anytime that day, they are going to have some stuff. And obviously, if you don't have a Shields in your area, then you're not going to be able to do that. But there may be some stores where, you can get stuff pretty reliably on launch day. It may be a local LGS. It may be sort of a smaller regional store that, has Pokemon products in stock. But there probably is a place where you can go on launch day, and that might be the only day. But, if you're willing to go that day, you can probably get prismatic evolution. So if you just kind of go and plan to buy what you can on that day, whatever you want to have from that set, just get it on that day. I think there are opportunities out there. The other thing I would say is that, like with this Silver Tempest booster boxes available on the Pokemon Center website, like that is a very solid investment in my view. I think as soon as those things go out of stock, those are going to be probably $35, $40 boxes, and right now they're $23.99. So, if it's just sort of investment opportunities in general you're looking for, and you don't focus on, I'm going to pull up that listing so you guys can look at it. But if you, one second. If you're really sort of agnostic as to what, what sets you want to invest in, and you're really just looking for good investments, then there are plenty of opportunities out there. Finding a local sort of store. It's funny, in the kind of vintage unopened sports card space, they call that a honeypot, when you have like a, like an antique mall, or, like a card shop that has, a regular selection, or a sort of continually kind of, refreshing stock of older unopened sports cards They call that a honeypot, because you just go back there and there's always something new and it's always a good deal. So you got to find your honeypot and just kind of keep, checking. And then in addition, you got to be, you got to be creative. If you've never bought from the Pokemon Center website, which, if you've been collecting Pokemon cards for more than like 5 minutes, you probably already have, but maybe you don't scour it for deals, and maybe now's the time to start doing that, because if you spent $23.94 at Target buying whatever they have in stock, you're going to get your ass handed to you in terms of return on that investment compared to what you would get ROI if you just bought, one of these booster boxes. So if you multiply that times 10 or times 100, you can get 25 of these, which is a full case. I think they'll ship you a sealed case of these if you order 25 of these. You're going to do so much better doing stuff like this. And then I'll show you the other stuff that I was looking at earlier today. One of the channels I watched did a video on Fusion Strike stuff. So like these build and battle boxes. So this is a sealed box. It's $19.99. Again, current retail for these build and battles for like, Scarlet and Violet era stuff is $24.99. So you're getting, the sort of 2023 or 2022 pricing on stuff at Pokemon Center, because that's just how they roll. And you get 4 packs. If you buy one of these, here's everything you get. So you get 4 packs, you get a little deck, you get 4 promos, which are probably worthless, and you get a code card. So 4 packs. So basically you're getting a sealed bundle of 5 packs instead of a sealed bundle of like 6 packs, which would be the booster bundle, at the $5 per pack price. And to the extent there's anything extra, it's just gravy. So $5 a pack, for sealed stuff. And a lot of people think that these booster bundles are a fairly solid investment because, I'll show you why. They're a nice little bite-sized collection of unopened packs that has not been searched, that has not been weighed, and that for that reason I think the packs inside there carry a premium over, a loose booster pack that someone did God knows what with. So, that's why like these sleeved boosters or like, single blisters carry a premium. So $25.90 is what they're charging, or what, these are selling for on TCG Player. This is just a single pack for $25.09. You get some totally worthless promos, but it has a premium because it's sealed up like this, and it's likely to be less tampered than a loose pack, which is gonna, as we'll see, sell for like 20 bucks, I think. Yeah, so 23 bucks. So a little bit less for that sleeved one, or for that unsleeved one. Actually, what did I just see here? Wait a minute. What? Oh, I'm sorry, that was sleeved. So actually the premium for, any kind of extra protection over this pack is substantial. So $18.53 for a loose booster, and again, for a single pack booster, 24. Now this one's 20, so that premium is a little bit lower. So people are paying $4, $5, $6 more per pack when it's locked up in a little protective thing like this, and therefore you have to believe that the value of the packs inside those little build-in battles is going to be significant. So here's the Evolving Skies build-in battle, $118 for that, and again it's 4 packs in there. So that's kind of the the ceiling for a Sword and Shield pack or build-in battle box, $118 per. and you go back to Pokemon Center, you know, and you can get the Fusion Strike ones for 20 bucks. And this set is currently like a third of the price. If you look at the booster box price, Fusion Strike is a third of the price of Evolving Skies. So this actually at $20 is like a fifth of the price or a sixth of the price of the Evolving Skies version of this build and battle. So these seem like a very good deal. Unfortunately, you can only get 2 of them, but yeah, you can place as many orders as you want. Unfortunately, the free shipping would not apply until I think you reach a certain level, so you'd have to be buying some other stuff to make this worth your while. But if you are buying stuff at Pokemon Center, throw in 2 of these. It's essentially a can't miss. It's a can't miss opportunity, and if you want to, you know, kind of invest more and you want to get past your free shipping, go buy, you know, 10 of these or buy a case of these. It's a great deal. So, moral of the story here, and I could give you a million other examples, folks, because I am buying like thousands of dollars of Pokemon sealed stuff every week. And I only buy stuff if I get a pretty substantial discount off of, you know, TCG player market price. So there are deals out there. I'm finding them all the time. They will continue to exist no matter how hot the market gets. If you scramble and you know, kind of get creative. So there's a ton of opportunity, you know, out there. There's no reason why you should be paying like TCG player pricing for your investments. I mean, if you want specific stuff, absolutely go buy it on TCG Player, go buy it on eBay. You know, if you want specific things, go get them at the kind of lowest market price you can find. But if you're looking for investments, you're looking for opportunities wherever you can get them, there are, I think, a lot of things. I mean, I'm finding them. I'm here to kind of share with you, you know, some of what I do, including looking at Pokemon Center for these kinds of opportunities. I'll have lots more stuff in the future about, you know, other places where I found great deals. I mean, just in the past, I don't know, 2 weeks, I've bought something like $5,000 of unopened ETBs, like sealed cases, from a place that I found, you know, just kind of poking around. And we'll share kind of some of that with you guys in future videos. But anyways, that's probably all I'm going to do for today. I hope everybody's doing well in Pokeland. I do hope to get back on the kind of train of regular postings, so please do give a like to this video, help spread the message, and subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And just for fun, I'm going to open 2 Paldea evolved packs here from those little tins. And see if we can pull that Magikarp. Rookidee. See, I don't think we got anything in this one. Excuse me. Alright, nothing in that one. Oh, wait a minute. I see some texture on that card. Oh, no, we got a hit. Yeah. Nice. Dink. Alright, what's our hit? It's going to be... Oh, beautiful. Annihilape. It's a double silver star, which is usually pretty good. It's pretty well centered. Top to bottom, a little bit off. Left to right, not bad. Not perfect. So pretty cool. Yeah, my daughter will be pleased, I'm sure, to trade for that someday. Alright guys, hope you're doing well, hope you're enjoying your Pokemon collections, finding good deals, and staying safe and healthy out there. Alright, catch y'all next time. Have a great one. Bye now.